Hi everyone, my name is Jama with Women's Net, and we're so excited this month to introduce our 2024 July winners. And we're excited today to meet our Amber Grant winner, which is Rebecca with Full Spectrum Learn and Play. And we also have with us Dot with CargoB. She is our Startup Grant winner. And then finally, we have with us Debbie with Swell Gelato. And the category that we chose to highlight this month was animal services. And so we're really excited to see all the awesome things that Debbie is doing with our fur babies. So to begin, Debbie, maybe can you explain a little bit about your business and what you're doing?
Sure. Yes. So we make gelato for dogs, but we make it just like you make gelato for people. We use very limited but top of the line ingredients. Like all our gelato is coconut milk based because it's very creamy yet very soothing for their tummies. And then we just add very limited real fruit and vegetables, and they are delicious. Because that was really my idea. I wanted to create something that was like so good and that the owners can feel really good about giving to their dogs that it creates like little moments of joy, if you will. So we have desserts like a gelato, we have gourmet fruit and vegetable toppers, and then we have some new things in the works coming up for later this year.
Sounds amazing and delicious. Thank you. And Rebecca, can you tell us a little bit about Full Spectrum Learn and Play and maybe where you're located?
Yeah, so we're located currently in Tempe, Arizona. We are a program that provides behavioral therapy for kids on the spectrum. My background's actually speech therapy, so we really incorporate language into that development as well. But we're also open to the public, meaning that kiddos who maybe don't have a developmental delay or disability can come be a part of our program, join our classes, our open play times, and really we're just a space for all.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Dot, our startup grant winner with CargoB, please tell us, what is CargoB?
Thanks, Jamma. So I just launched with my co-founder, CargoB, this past May. And what we are doing is bringing cargo bike share. So it's between standard scooter and bike share and car share to the commercial marketplace. We are the first in the country to do this. And my background is in transportation planning. And what I saw in the work that I do, talking to commuters every day for almost 20 years, is that folks really do have a desire to keep on biking for short distance trips, but don't have an efficient way to carry large or heavy loads. And those loads could be everything from your own children, or it could be something that you purchase off Facebook Marketplace, a grocery run, picnic supplies. And what I hope is that by creating an opportunity to keep on biking, even when you have to carry these things, that folks can actually move away from being so dependent on their cars and contribute to the things that make city living so unique and places that are healthy and sustainable and where we want to be.
Amazing. Awesome. I love the idea. I remember biking with one of those baskets in front of my bike, and I couldn't get the balance. And so I really love your bikes that you have going and the load that you can carry with them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so let's begin with Debbie. Tell us a little bit about who or what inspired your business.
Well, so before I started Swell in my previous life, I was in corporate fashion retail. I was a national buyer and I did all that for many years and loved it for many years. And then at some point, I lost all the joy that was in it. So I knew that for my next gig, I wanted to do something that brought joy, but that was as much as I knew. I did not know more than that at one point. And then we were on vacation and went into this little gelato shop. It was actually in Panama. And everybody there was so happy because it was so delicious. And I was like, this is it. This is what I want. This is absolutely what I want to do. I want to bring joy like this. But then I also really love dogs. Like in the back of my head, I always had like, I want to do something with dogs. And then just one night in the middle of the night, the two came together. Like, I want to do this gelato thing. I really want to do something with dogs. And I'm like, I'm just going to make the most delicious gelato for dogs and like bring joy to the dogs and to their owners. And that's literally how it came about. It was a middle of the night eureka moment.
Awesome. So amazing. Can cats also enjoy your food?
You know, they can, but they don't have a sweet tooth like dogs do. But I have one pumpkin cheddar flavor, and that's been liked by many kitties.
Oh, very cool. We'll have to try that. And so maybe Rebecca, can you tell us a little bit about too who or what inspired your business? I remember you saying that you were in the speech and language therapy field, and so maybe tell
Yeah,
us
so
about.
that's originally how I started. I was a speech therapist in a multidisciplinary clinic. So I worked outside of autism. So I worked with cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, really any sort of delay or disability. And I noticed that a lot of my kiddos on my caseload were getting discharged from their other therapies because of behavioral concerns. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was doing and using ABA practices without even knowing what ABA was. So the more I looked into it, the more I learned that a lot of what we do as parents and parenting is ABA. And it's just utilizing what the kids' interests are and play based to kind of mold your sessions accordingly. So I went back to school. I got my master's in ABA, and then since then got my doctorate in behavior health. And really, I just wanted to create a space that was providing those services for kids, but keeps the compassion and not knocking big business, but a lot of times when you get investors or business people running your company, a lot of times you lose the quality and the compassion that comes with it. So I wanted to really open a therapy center that was for everyone, that kept like the BCBA as the front of the facility. And then since then, I had a daughter of my own. She is adorable. She'll be 2 in September. And what better way to introduce her to kind of the world in people can be different. People can communicate different. They may communicate with devices or pictures. So I wanted a space that also would incorporate like the socialization piece that we weren't getting from the in-home therapy. So that's where we created our space. And with this grant, we're hoping to do all the way preschool licensing and have a fully accredited preschool program for neurotypical peers, while we're also combining that autism therapy piece.
What a special place. I can't wait.
I love it. It's so fun too.
It sure is. And maybe since we're talking about this a little bit, can you tell us what makes your business approach different than, let's say, other providers that are doing some of the same things that you're doing?
Yeah, and what we hear, honestly, when we get new staff in who maybe have worked elsewhere, we truly care. And I know a lot of people, when they sell their business, they say they care. No, we truly are relationship first. We are people before we're therapists. We're people before we're teachers. So I truly value the aspect of individual employees, but also kids as individuals, and then parents needing support too. As I mentioned, I got my doctorate in behavioral health. My dissertation project was on parent stress, and the project really emphasized that if you can reduce the parent's level of stress, you can actually have better outcomes for your kids and their goals. And I feel that as a parent too. I know when my stress is through the roof, I don't parent as I would want to. So truly, I think we adapt more of the compassion and relationship into our program, and we really genuinely care, and we're not tied to billable requirements and productivity, because I'm able to make the schedule, and like truly we want to just do what's right by kids and have fun doing it.
We love that, especially just your work with parents. We know that that's a skill that's going to take them even beyond the younger years and through the elementary and middle and high schools. And so to be able to get that under control is huge. Thank you. And maybe Debbie, can you tell us a little bit about you provide this awesome service, these dog treats that are incredible. But what makes your approach different than other people doing similar things with dog treats?
Yeah. So what we do different is that we really embrace and encourage that whole, it is okay to spoil your dog with the best of the best idea, right? Like we have some competition actually. There's some frozen yogurt type things out there in the market, but I feel like they're all more geared towards like discounts and low price and this and that. And we're literally saying, no, we are using the best ingredients and a very good production process to make an absolutely delicious treat that comes in a beautiful package. And your dog deserves it, because dogs are swell and they deserve to be spoiled. And so we also cater to that, direct connection with the customer. Like, we're very involved on social media. We really connect with them when people post about their dogs, which is just about the greatest thing ever. Because when you can't meet her in person, it's great to see it on there. We really connect, and we're like, hey, thank you for loving your dog the way you do. And it just, it creates this, again, circle of joy. And I think that really is what sets us apart from similar treats.
Mm-hmm. And also your high quality ingredients. We know that, especially the more and more we know about animal nutrition and how important what we give them
Right.
has an impact, and so it's a big need. Thank you. And then Dot, we know that you're working with collaborating with other industries in your area. Maybe can you tell us a little bit about some of your business partners and collaborations that you have, and how do you work with them in such a niche industry?
So when I think about the work that I did as transportation planner, I had a thing that I was good at, and that was city planning and transportation. And there's a lot of things that I can speak to and understand, but I'm not a climate planner. I'm not a public space planner. And so I really enjoyed the kind of relationships where we had collaboration. Definitely we could be working together on things that we had like our strong suits. And when I think about the work with CargoB, it's a similar approach. So I'm not a software developer. I'm not a hardware developer. I'm not a bike mechanic. But my skill here is being able to understand the policy and stack these different consumer devices on top of each other in order to create a service, which is essentially rental of a new type of vehicle, cargo bike. So you're welcome to go and buy your own cargo bike, but there was not a platform in which it was app-based the way it would be for any of the other micromobility companies. There was not a cargo bike available on those platforms. And so I was able to get my software provider. I was able to get my hardware provider. I teamed up with a local nonprofit that is a bike shop, an organization that runs a bike shop as well as other aspects, but they have a mission that matches our own. And I also have private property partners where we locate our bikes. So they're not on city property, they're on private property. And it's this relationship building that's enabled me to be able to put our bikes out into the city of Boston and Somerville and Cambridge, and to offer a service that I couldn't do all on my own. And I think that that's probably a lot of advice I'm getting is that I shouldn't try to do everything on my own. So constantly reevaluating our ideas about how we want to operate as a business and where I can not just outsource, but learn from and partner with other organizations to bring us both along in this journey to improve mobility in Boston.
Wow. That's a lot of organizations and partners you're working with, and I can't think of a more perfect person to do this than you. What a wonderful skill set. Amazing. And maybe, Dot, can you tell us a little bit, how can our Women's Net Network find you? Like, what's your website?
Our website is ridecargob.com. Our app is available on Google and Apple, so the Play Store and Android Store. We are very active on Instagram, CargoB. And also you can reach out directly. So hello@ridecargob.com, or D Fennell will go right to me. And yeah, happy to connect and talk about mobility.
Amazing. It would be just awesome for other cities to implement a similar structure. And on your website, there's a really great video on how to access CargoB services and the bikes. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And I look forward to maybe being in your city one day and using it.
Yeah, you let me know when you come to town. We'll definitely get you on a bike.
Great. Awesome. And Debbie, can you please tell us a little bit on how do we find Swell Gelato if we want to order some for our fur babies?
Yes, so go to the website, swellgelato.com, and then there's a store locator where you can put in your zip code, and then you can see who's closest to you. We actually just got, we were mainly on the West Coast and Southeast up until this summer, and we just got national distribution, so we're like slowly expanding like everywhere. So yes, if it's not yet in a store near you, it can be. Just let me know, and then I can talk to the distributors and like make that happen. But yes, we're expanding everywhere, and it's very exciting.
Very cool. Awesome. And Rebecca with Full Spectrum Learn and Play. So right now, what's the best way to learn more about your program and what you're doing?
Yeah, so we have our website, which is fslearnplay.com. We're also on Instagram and, of course, Facebook. We do post on Instagram quite frequently. You'll be able to see kind of our themed activities and even some take-home activities. We do sell sensory product on our website, and we ship nationwide as well. Everything's made in-house, and it's really designed for developmental growth. And so our Instagram is the same as our website, fslearnplay.
So cool. Awesome. Wonderful. Well, there you have it, Women's Net Network, our July 2024 winners. So thank you so much. Congratulations to all of you. And we can't wait to see what amazing things you guys will continue doing in the next few months and beyond. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.